Science is an intensely social activity, actually, that in order to be effective has to be appreciated and absorbed by many folk all around the world. So I guess what the award means to me is that some of the stuff that we are producing, our scientific product, if you like, is of interest around the world, and so I think we're achieving our mission as scientists.
To be named as one of Reuters' most influential scientists, it's very reassuring in the sense to understand what they mean by influential, and what they mean by influential is that people are actually taking notice of the work that we're doing and applying it to their own scientific research as well.
The focus of the work that we conduct at the Genome Sciences Center relates to trying to understand how information encoded in the genome, all the DNA of an individual's cells, is interpreted by cellular machinery to encode biology, and to understand when there are errors in the genetic code, how those errors can influence disease processes, most particularly cancer, how they can cause disease, and how they might offer insights into how to better treat disease, in particular cancer. But our ability to deliver on that view, I think, has garnered some attention.
And I think that if someone were to walk around the BC Cancer Research Centre, for instance, they might see a lot of very traditional lab space. Kind of what they may not realize is it's kind of hidden away is actually one of Canada's largest computers that we've set up just essentially to study cancer DNA. You know, that computer is running 24/7, churning away, you know, doing analysis day and night. Conceivably, it's not enough. You know, we do need, you know, essentially more computation.
The fundamental importance of being able to work with large amounts of data can't be overstated in the context of the work that we do. Resident within all that information are clues about how the biology of cancers matter, how they evolve, how the cancer might respond to certain treatments. Fundamental properties of the cancer are revealed if one can find the nuggets of information in this sea of background data. This brings us to a very, very important point. So we can have all the technology in the world at our disposal. Unless we have a whole bunch of other collaborative opportunity, we can't really use it in this regard. So to achieve this precision medicine, personalized oncogenomics type thinking, we have to absolutely be working with a bunch of people in the clinical realm. We need to be working with pathologists, we need to be working with medical oncologists, cancer geneticists, bioinformaticians, genome scientists, protein people. We have to come together and collaborate. And that is one of the huge strengths of the BC Cancer Agency, is it provides the environment to actually think like this.
The question we want to ask, because there must be an answer to this, is why do some people respond and why do some people not respond? And that's really the thrust of the research that we're trying to do here, is to kind of understand the responses and the non-responders, and could the non-responders be responsive to a different therapy, or maybe go to a different clinical trial, for instance.
So are we going to cure cancer? Probably not going to cure cancer in the way that we think about it in that way. It's not cancer, it's cancers. And there are 200-odd diseases that we lump into cancer, and their biology is very different. So what we will do is chip away at the individual biology of these diseases, and we will understand them, and we will come up with solutions. The past tells me that this is so, I believe it, and that's why I do it.
I think one of the exciting things will be not to act as just a single hospital, but to come up with ways in which we can share similar data with other hospitals, conceivably across Canada, for instance, and then maybe North America, or maybe the entire world. And I think that that will give us tremendous power.
So the Cancer Agency can make absolutely world-leading contributions here. I mean, we've shown that already. We've just scratched the surface. But going forward, we have an opportunity to understand the genetic code of the most fatal cancers at scale in collaboration with our partners, the patients and their families, the citizens of British Columbia. So what we want to do is engage with the population. We want to engage to get this done. We think it's a very, very important mission, and we must get there somehow. We can't do it just because the GSC wants to do it. We do it because the BC Cancer Agency and the population of BC says this is a good thing to do. We need all of that to happen. We need the partnership of the clinicians who are treating the patients, because some of the things that we discover are interesting discoveries in an academic sense, but unless they can be tested in patients, then we haven't learned much about their impact on these fatal cancers. So the challenges are to organize us all into this force, this machine, if you like, with its mission, understanding these very fatal cancers and coming up with solutions. That's a tall order. It goes far beyond the lab, but it's one that we must embrace.